Hello everybody, Blixie here. The past couple days I've been pretty busy with school and work and trying to get things done. I also haven't been home the past couple days. I've been pretty busy doing stuff. Don't worry, another video is going to be coming out for the beta world, but a couple days ago, before I left to go do a few things, I started a Alpha 1.2.6 world. I don't know, I've really enjoyed playing Alpha the last couple days, and I think I'm also going to be releasing some of this content along with my beta 1.7.3. I still have my other Alpha world that I probably will make a video on, but I don't know when I'm going to get back to that world for now. I like this one because it's a lot newer. These spiders are really loud. But I just wanted to get some things made so I could push a video out to you guys. So far, really haven't gotten anything too crazy built in this world. I have a little porch out here, but coming into my little house, this was a cave that I've been kind of turning into a cave house. This way I'm going to expand so it goes out more towards that way. I'm not too sure what I'm going to put over there yet, but I'm going to have it come out and there's going to be a little bridge because there's a little break off over there. Down here is a little mine. I haven't reached the bottom yet, but I'm going to get down there soon. Back here, a little smelting room. And also in here is a nice little chest room that I've been working on. This house isn't finished by no stretch of the means. I've been smelting up a lot of stone because I've been trying to do this roof. Some patches are missing. Man, these monsters are really loud. I created a new instance. There's a couple things that I added, like skin fix. Had a little bit of a lighting fix. I also fixed the side grass, as you can see right there, so it's no longer the lime green one, which I do like a lot, but that's pretty much what I've gotten started so far. I just want to continue working on this house as much as I can. I also, too, like every single world, I do want to start a tree farm down there, but I'm not too sure how to go about that yet. I need to get a bunch of saplings. I only have one sapling so far. Work on this world has gone pretty quick. I like the pace that I've been working at, and I've also been working on normal mode instead of peaceful mode like I usually do to really get the whole experience of this. So, yeah. All this stuff is mostly smelted now. I just want to get this roof in here done. Pretty much everything's done besides going out that way, which I'm going to expand once it's daytime. Lots of monsters outside. I've been wanting to fix this roof, but there's lots of monsters up there, so I don't want to mess with them too much. I'm so worried that I'm going to break one of these blocks and a monster is just going to fall in. The worst would be a creeper and just blows everything up. I'm so paranoid. I think another thing that's what I like about these older versions is that the night times were so scary for no reason too. You know, your main goal was to find shelter and you didn't have a bed to skip through the night, and it was pitch black outside. Like, you can barely even see out there. The sun is starting to come up, but I think that's what I like about these older versions, the charms there. Even with beta 1.7.3, it's kind of the same. These older alpha versions, I think it's a lot worse, or a lot more scarier. I don't know. It just adds to the charm of these old versions. Also debating whether or not I want to extend this down one, which I do think I'm gonna do, just so I can have more chests. I haven't filled any of these yet, but I think then I'll leave it after that, just so I can expand if I want to in the future. I also did want to mention too, while I was getting this stuff done, in the last video I downscaled it to 1080p from 1440p. I don't think it made that much of a difference, but I didn't like how kind of blurry it was at some points, so I did switch back to normal 1440p. It's a little bit more taxing on my computer, but it's not as bad as I made it out to be in the last video when I talked about it. I definitely think the picture quality would be a lot better, and the file size isn't really too much of a difference, maybe a couple gigabytes, but still, every time you record, you know, hour-long recordings, you're still gonna have 20 gigabytes of recordings to go through, so I don't think it really makes much of a difference, so I am switching back. So I'm sorry to kind of play with it a little bit. I'm still trying to figure out what works with the recording and what doesn't. All right, that looks pretty good expanded. Like I said, as I collect more materials, I'm going to expand this, but for now, I think this would be plenty for what I need. I don't really have too many items. This is pretty much all I have, including all the food that I've been gathering. So definitely think I'm going to start a chest over here for like cobblestone and stuff like that. And probably right above it be cobblestone again, and then just dirt and other miscellaneous items. I think I'll have this be food and stuff like that, and right above it I could probably make it like mob drops and wool and stuff like that. One of these chests too is probably going to be all my ores and other stuff like that. Maybe make this like grass and seeds and stuff like that. I do want to continue expanding down this way. I haven't gotten too far down yet, but I do want to reach the bottom so I can start a strip mine and get stuff started with that. I need to collect more coal and iron, but it shouldn't be too hard to get. There we go, more iron. See, this is exactly what I need. It's a pretty decent sized vein too. Alright, so I pretty much hit the bottom now. I'm at Y level 13. In reality, it's Y level 12, because in this version, your coordinates are taken at your head. So right here is 13, right here is 12. This should be the perfect level to not run directly into any lava lakes, but be directly above them. And since I usually mine in threes, I could get Y12, Y13, and Y14 all at the same time. If I need to, I can adjust it as I go. I could go down a block or two, and so be it, just to try to avoid any other mishaps with lava. Alright, so now it is a completely different day, but I did finish going mining, and this is the turnout that I got. I didn't find any diamonds, but I got a decent amount of coal, iron, and just a little bit of gold and some redstone. I did get a lot more cobblestone, which is perfect for redoing this house. Just listening to the amount of monsters that are above, I definitely want to go out there and place torches all along the top here so that no more monsters can spawn, because it is extremely loud. I even have my game volume turned down, and they're still pretty loud. I'm gonna get the stuff all smelted up now. See, they're right here. I could hear them all. It's so loud. I also did change a couple things too. I wanted to get the old alpha textures back instead of the newer ones, so I did install a new jar mod for that to get the old lime green textures back. But other than that, that's pretty much all I changed. There were so many up there. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Bye-bye. Oh. Alright. But yeah, as you can see, I got the lime green textures back. It looks a little crazy, but I like them a lot more than the newer alpha textures. But now that it's daytime, I do want to go up there and light everything up. So I am going to make a few more torches. Ah, perfect stack there. Eat this food. I'm gonna go up here and try to get some of these torches placed down. After I do this, I also want to start extending this little walkway that way. I don't know how far I want to make it. I think I want to have it touch that side, but I'm gonna extend it out that way. Uh-oh. I already got seen by a creeper. Well, that didn't go too well. Take this while I'm at it. Alright, I'm just gonna start placing torches randomly. I don't have any exact outline or pattern I want to do this in. I honestly should be doing this at night, but then again, really don't feel like dealing with all those monsters. Thank you. All right, this should be a good amount of torches. Like I said, I kind of just placed these down with no rhyme or reason, but this should be enough to kind of help things from spawning, if not spawning at all. Hopefully. I am gonna make another axe in a little bit and start probably chopping these trees down. I also want to go down here, down below, and kind of light this area up, but let me make the rest of these torches really fast. But this should be plenty of torches to kind of keep this area lit up and monsters from spawning. Alright, now that I got that taken care of, I want to kind of start extending this out. Like I said, it's going to be kind of like a long bridge. I think probably going into that part of the mountain. So this is going to have to extend out pretty far. I do have a decent amount of stone that I need to get smelted. So I'll probably just do 2 stacks at a time. Have a couple more in here, and a couple more of these slabs. I'll probably just use a couple of everything. And grab all this iron now that that's smelted and taken care of. Place that all in here with this stuff. Now, I do think I want the floor to be wood. I do think I want it to have a transition into wood for this little walkway. I know it's a little weird because this is all stone, but I think it'll look fine. I'm not too worried about it. Get rid of that. Should be able to place this right along here. I kind of have a little bit of a pattern for this. And I do still have some leftover glass, so that'll come right in handy. Alright, this is kind of the outline that I have for this. I think this looks pretty good. It's a little weird, this transition, like I said, but I don't, you know, I'm not too worried about it. If I feel like changing it in the future, I will, but for now, I'm going to leave it as wood. It doesn't bother me too much. At night, I am going to have to block this off. Let me put a torch up here, just in case. But this should all be smelting up. I don't like not having a roof over my head. I'm so paranoid. Even though I just lit it up, I'm still paranoid. You never know. Skeleton down there. All right, so that's pretty much this part of the walkway done. I still need to extend this out that way, but I am out of wood for right now. I am going to take the rest of this stuff that's smelting, though, and start filling in the rest of the ceiling and the walls. Now, I do think I want the ceiling to be wood as well, along with the floor, so I am going to have to get some wood. Now, I do think I'm going to make this entire section slabs. I'm just going to place dirt there. You're not going to be able to see it. Same thing with this stuff right here. It's just going to be 1 block. Alright, I had a little bit of wood left, so I'm going to get this placed in just to where I can. I do hear some monsters kind of walking around up there, and it's, again, making me paranoid, man. I'm just worried a creeper's going to jump down here, and that's going to be it. Now I'm officially out of wood. Once it's morning, I'll go up there and I'll collect some more wood, but for now, this is the start. I think this looks pretty good. I like the way this is turning out, this little walkway. Like I said, it is a little bit different from this, but I think it's going to be a nice little contrast. And then through up here, I'll put some paintings and stuff like that just to kind of keep some stuff on the wall so it's not so barren. See creepers walking around. Oh, he found me. Usually, if you can get at him right, you'll be able to kill him very fast, but your reach in this version's kind of short, so it's a little scary going after them. So I got a decent amount of wood right now. I chopped most of these trees down. I am going to get over there once I need some more. But I am going to leave all these leaves up. I'm not going to burn them down just yet because I am going to go through, not now, but in a little bit, and punch all of them down to see how many saplings I can get from them. Because like I said, I do want to start a tree farm in this world as well. Pretty much every world that I've had, I've talked about starting a tree farm. I think they're very useful, especially when I'm building stuff like this where I need a lot of wood for. And I also like the look of them, especially in these older versions. Something about them is very nostalgic to me. Alright, so pretty much that's the roof and stuff done on this side. I now want to go through and make some paintings with the wood that I've got and the wool. And try to get some decoration up on this side so it's not so barren. This should be good enough to kind of go off on these walls. I'm going to do it probably, let's see, maybe just spaced one block out, and I'll do the 4x4 paintings. Actually, no, I want to do it 2 blocks apart. I think that'll look a lot better. No, actually, you know what? That might be a little too much. I think maybe, here, I'm going to go through and grab these. I'll do it every couple blocks. Maybe I'll do it one right there, and then I'll do one probably right here, if it'll give me a 4x4. Yeah, I like the way that looks. It's more spread out. It's not as close together. I think if they were closer together, it looks too much. So there's too many paintings, kind of cluttered. I just want enough to where something on the walls, and it's not just empty stone. Now that I got that done, I still think that I want to reach this side of the wall. I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm almost there. Nice little waterfall there. I didn't even notice that. I need to make another shovel and get some more glass too, actually. All right, I'm gonna start digging this out now. There's this little part in the way, but I think after that, it's just going to be empty on both sides, because I think it goes back a little farther there until it gets to that mountain. So, there shouldn't be too much more. Alright, now I'm just going to connect this all the way through as best as I can. Alright, so that's the last of my glass. Definitely in the morning, once it's daytime, I'll go out and grab some more. There's a little beach right over there that I was grabbing sand from when I first got into this world. See, the thing I hate about this is when you mine, after you place 2 blocks of slabs like that and you mine them up, you only get 1 back. It's a little quirk with these older versions. It's kind of a shame, but at least they're not too difficult to make. Just make them with some cobblestone. Alright, one quick thing I wanted to add real fast is I went through and I changed the 4x4 paintings to the 1x2 paintings. I think these look a lot better. It's not as cluttered. I think now it adds a little bit more than it just being the 4x4 paintings. You know, less is more in this kind of context, so I think this looks a lot better. Alright, so that's pretty much the bridge done. I still need to make a couple more paintings, and I also need to go grab glass now that it's daytime. But this is pretty much this whole crossway section done. I actually really like the way it turned out. It's very simple, but it gets the job done. And it's pretty long, too. But now I have a connected way to this side of the mountain. I'm not too sure what I want to put over here yet, but I will start expanding on this as soon as I can. Yeah, even from the outside, it looks pretty good. I just need to fill that in with glass, and that'll be it. One thing I wanted to talk about while I was getting the sand was, I don't know if any of you guys watched it. I mentioned it in my last video, was Minecraft Live and the stuff that they were adding. They finally announced what the new item was that they were adding that had to deal with the nether and water and stuff like that. And I guess they're adding a dried ghast and a ghastling and then a happy ghast. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't like it at all. Like, I like the dried ghast. I think it's actually pretty cool for like decoration and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, the ghastling is cute in a sense, but the happy ghast, I am not a fan of it at all. I mean, I like the use for it because you could use it to build up high, like in the air, and you could also ride it with like friends. I think they said you could ride it with like 4 other people. I don't know. I don't like the goggles and stuff on it. I don't know. I don't like the idea. Like I said in the last video, I feel like they add a lot of stuff that's just kind of mundane. I don't know. I really am not a big fan of this ghast. I think right now it'll probably be cool like when the update comes out, but I think it's really not going to get used that much. Maybe for builds and stuff like that, but I can see it not really being put to use all that well. I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of blinded by nostalgia by playing these older versions, but I'm really not a big fan of this implementation of this new mob. It's coming out in summer, apparently, for the summer drop. I don't know. I don't know what the entire update could be about. Maybe it's transportation. Maybe they're adding stuff to the nether, to the end and stuff like that, like dimensional kind of stuff. But like I said, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. Let me know your guys' thoughts on it. If you guys liked it, I'm not trying to be a hater or anything against these newer versions, but like I said, I think that's the only new thing coming recently that I really don't like. Another thing that I saw that they were adding was a new like visual update. Like they're adding shaders to the game, but you don't have to pay for it and you don't have to download them. They come in the base game, and I guess it's a setting that you can turn on. And I don't know, I've never been one to use shaders, so I can't really complain about it. But I like it. They look pretty good, and I like how, because they were mentioning how the shadows and stuff are pixelated to kind of keep up with Minecraft's theme, and I think that's pretty neat. It's a lot different than normal shaders you usually see. I don't know. I like that it's an option where you could turn it on and off, and I think it gives the player more ability to customize their world, and for builders, if they want to take, you know, cinematic shots of their buildings after it's done. So I'm a pretty big fan of that. I like that. I think the only thing that I don't like coming out of this Minecraft Live is the happy ghast. I don't know. I think it's so goofy, and I think it's a little pointless. You know, if you need to build up high, you have scaffolding. You don't need to go to the nether and do 20 extra steps. Also, you know, dirt is free. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm being just too much of a nitpick. I don't know. I don't like it. All right, make a couple more paintings here. Oh, there's some coal right there. I'm gonna grab that. Now, I also want to mention this again. I know I've kind of brought it up in my past videos, but the beta content isn't going away, because I know I keep straying away from it and doing other stuff like alpha and different versions and stuff like that. I just want to... I don't know. I don't want to restrict myself too much as a creator with these videos and kind of rely only on one single version. I want to be able to play multiple versions and enjoy them and not feel like I'm forced to stick with one version of the game. Beta is still going to be around, and I am going to be making another video for that pretty soon. I have some stuff cooking up for that world that I think is going to be really cool to make a video about, but I've been really enjoying playing these older versions of the game, especially alpha. I don't know. Something about alpha lately has been really tickling my fancy, I guess guess you could say. I just wanted to say that none of that's going away. I'm going to keep that content. I just want to have like a wider span of content, I guess, and I don't really want to restrict myself too much and kind of force myself to stay only in one version of the game. And I know many people like to see multiple versions of the game too. There's not really many older versions of Minecraft content out there, so I kind of like to keep my stuff, you know, a little, not necessarily all over the place, but a little spread out so that there's a wide range of stuff that people can watch and enjoy. But even that being said, I really do appreciate all the support on my videos. I love that you guys enjoy these videos because I enjoy making them, like I've said multiple times, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but I do. And I'm glad that this game, especially this older version, like these older versions of the game, I'm glad that it's making a comeback. I think Golden Age, you know, there's something about it. Obviously, we could be blinded by nostalgia, but I still find that there's a lot of charm to these older versions, and I think that's why a lot of people like them and they resonate with them more. So, I really do. I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, get this glass placed in here now. Sweet. That's pretty much this entire walkway done. I'm glad I got this done. I'm pretty proud of how it turned out. I'm not the biggest fan of how far this gap is right here, but it doesn't bother me too much. There's only so much I can do, especially with the space that I have. But like I said, I'm not too sure what I want to put over here yet. Definitely going to think of some things, but I definitely want to expand out that way. I do want to eventually, like I was saying earlier, add a tree farm down there. Just down there. I think getting saplings in this version is a little different than like any other alpha version and beta, at least from my experience playing this version so far. The leaves really don't despawn the way you think they would. I think they despawn a lot more in like in older alpha versions, which is weirder. I don't know if it's just the instance that I'm playing or what, but it's a little different. So getting saplings, I guess, is a little harder, not necessarily, but it's just a different process. So I definitely want to make a tree farm down there so I have that and I don't have to go running to these forests and grabbing a bunch of trees, but because I like to keep the land. I don't like to really change it as much, you know. Oh my god, there's a lot of creepers down there. But that's why I kind of built, I mean, I changed this a lot, but that's why I kind of built into this mountain. It's naturally generated, so, and I like that, especially with these older versions. Alright, well, that being said, I think this is where I'm gonna stop in this video. I'm glad I could get this done and kind of show off this new world to you guys. A new beta video will be coming out pretty soon, so please look forward to that. I have been a little busy with school and work and a lot of things coming up, so I'm gonna try to keep consistent with my uploads. I don't really have any specific upload date. I've kind of always been a little random, sporadic. I think I might try to keep every upload towards the weekend or the end of the week. But for now, I really just kind of get a video out whenever I can. I don't want to upload too consistently because at least with how YouTube works, the algorithm doesn't really like that. So I want to space them out a little bit. But other than that, I'm going to try to stay consistent and maybe figure out a upload schedule. But other than that, that is going to be all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.